Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good weekend so far, and we got trapped in a water slide story time. And this was not fun at all. This is what nightmares are made of, okay? A worker, one of the water park workers had to come save me. But we'll get to that, right? So, to set the stage, from the ages of like maybe 5 years old to like 13 or 14, every single year, me and my family, right, we would take like a weekend or like 5 day long trip to the Dells, the Wisconsin Dells. If you don't know what that is, it's just a giant water park. It's like the Disney of water parks, right? Except it's not as big as Disney, but it's still huge property, lots of water parks. There's like probably 10 different water parks, and they got like mini golf, haunted houses. They got everything you can think of, right? They have like boat tours, ghost tours. They got a whole bunch of stuff, right? So we were there one of these times. I'm trying to think how old I was. I had to be like 11 or 12. It was not the last year we were there, but it was one of the last years, right? Like maybe the third to last year, second to last year. Either way, that's not important, but just so you know my age, right? So I'm going there, and my whole goal for the whole trip, like I didn't have a goal. It was just I was gonna hang out with my cousins, right? Because I don't have anyone around my age. My one cousin was close, and the other cousin, I mean, a lot younger, but at least I'm hanging out with people, right? Like, it's somewhere close to my age. Like, one cousin was like 15 when I was 11, and one was like maybe 7 or 8. So, like far away, but not too bad. So we start going down these water slides, day one, day two, they go by fine, right? It was like day three, I think. It was like halfway through our trip, right? Close to halfway, or maybe starting the second stretch of it, right? And so we kind of had the water parks down. You know what I mean? Like, we knew the best rides. We knew when to go time wise. Like, we had everything down. We were doing good as kids, right? We also were drinking a lot of smoothies. I remember I had like probably 15 smoothies in that whole trip. Like, it was a lot, right? But anyways, we go to the big slides, right? Like the family slides. And how the family slides work are, you need like sometimes you need like 8 people in there, right? So we could never go on those because we did have family members that would go, but we never had enough to fill up the thing, right? And because we were so young and didn't weigh enough, we couldn't go down it unless we had extra people, right? So finally, one of my uncles was like, okay, we'll go on this one, don't you worry. Like, we just need to go find some heavy people, right? So my uncle, being the guy that he was, rest in peace, he walks around and he just talks to a bunch of larger people, right? And he convinced them, he's like, hey, will you come on this ride with us? Because we're all super skinny and we need enough weight on here. And, these kids want to go. He was a G. He was helping us out, right? So we get a couple people to come with us and we get in, right? And I wasn't nervous at all because, there's all these adults around me. I really, like, I was a fan of my uncle. Like, I looked up to him a little bit, so I wasn't worried, right? I was like, no matter what, he's got our back, there won't be a problem, right? We go down it, 100% fun. The only thing that freaked me out is it was like a funnel, the funnel rides, like, you go down this slide like normal, and you come to a part where you go in a circle, and then there's only one way to go out, right? So you could stay in this little circle room forever if the water wasn't running, right? But as soon as the water runs, you shoot straight down the hole. That's how it's supposed to go, right? The first time it went completely normal, but I did feel scared in there because I was like, I do not like this dark tube of just scariness, right? So then maybe an hour or two later, right, me and my cousins want to go on it again. My uncle isn't around, but we had a little more confidence this time asking people to ride with us, right? Because, our uncle showed us how to do it. So we just went up and asked people. And sure enough, we found a group of us to go on the ride again, right? This is when the bad stuff happened. So we had to wait in line for a while. It probably wasn't that long. It was probably like 20 minutes, but to kids, it feels like it's forever. So by the time we get done waiting, we get to the top of the stairs, see the people go down, and we get in the big tube, right, with all of us. And I remember I was sitting next to the random people, right? And usually I'd be weirded out, but I wasn't. I was just in like kid mode, excited, just happy to be at a water park, right? And I'm sitting there holding on to the things, right? But you got to remember, I'm super skinny at the time, and I also am not that strong, right? So as soon as we went down into the funnel area for the second time, we had like a big Ooh, I just spit a lot there. That was embarrassing. But anyways, as soon as we went through the, not the little circle, but as soon as we, like, entered the big dome, the big, funnel tube, a big thing of water hit my back, right? And I felt it because we were sitting on it, like, we weren't sitting on the edge of the tube, but we didn't have our butts on the bottom either. It was like in the middle of that, right? Like, my tailbone was pressed against the edge of the tube, but I wasn't sitting on the edge. You get what I mean? But that big thing of water hit my back, and obviously it was cold, right? So I'm like, oh. And as soon as that happened, we get pushed forward. The whole tube goes in front of me, and I just fall back, right? And immediately my legs, they went like that, they shot up in the air, and I feel it on my back. I'm literally in this giant tube, right? And I watched my cousins in the tube. My one cousin was reaching out for me, dude. And right as I was about to grab her hand, I swear to God, just like a movie, dude. Right as I'm about to grab her hand, she goes, boom, right? Just goes right down. And they, go right down the tube. And I'm sitting there panicked, right? Like, I'm a little kid. I'm trapped in a funnel. I was about to freak out, dude. I started screaming, right? Not crying. I didn't start crying right away, but I did scream, right? I was like, I'm stuck in here, right? In reality, all I had to do was go down the tube, but I had both my legs up. This is so embarrassing, right? So I was laying back like this. Just pretend these are my feet, okay? Because I'm not going to lift my feet up into the video. But if the hole's right here to go down, I had 1 foot here and 1 foot here. I was literally stopping myself. Like, the only reason I was stuck was because I was too scared to go down that little hole, right? But I remembered from the tube, the first time we went down it, once you go down that hole, you go straight down, and then you go, like, it evens out, and you go right into the, like, the pool. So I easily could have gone down, but I was so scared, I just kept screaming, right? I was like, I'm in here, help me, like, I'm scared, right? Maybe 2 minutes later, it wasn't long at all, right? It felt a lot longer. Like I said, because I'm a little kid, I'm terrified, but literally, like, 2 minutes later, a guy with a tube comes rolling down, but it was just him in it. And once he got to me, he was able to stop it. He bumped into me, but barely, right? And he stopped the tube and had me hop in it with him, and then we both went down, right? And I remember even giving him a hug, because he was just a teenager. Like, if me or you, someone our age, just worked at a water park, right? But for me, he was like my savior, dude. I was like, thank you. Like, I was trapped in there and you saved me, bro. But in all reality, I really could have just, like, gone down the hole and been fine, right? Like, maybe my back gets scratched up, or maybe it hurts a little bit, but I would have been completely fine, right? So it wasn't like I was in actual danger, but in my mind, dude, I was flipping the fuck out. I thought for sure I was going to be trapped in there forever, for like a split second, before I heard the person coming. I was also worried that an entire family was going to come from behind and completely crush my back and my spine and everything, but who cares, who cares? But to be honest, that's why I don't go on too many water slides anymore. Like, I'll go on roller coasters, but I get nervous around water slides just because that one time, right? And you may think this is a little crazy, but the only water slides I will go on are the absolute giant body slides, right? The ones that are, like, outside and that go like this, that are like, zoom, right? They have them at the Dells. They have them at, like, I can't remember what the place is called. Not Waterworks, but it's, I don't know. The name doesn't matter. But either way, the only water slides now I'll go on are those giant straight down ones, or the ones, I would say the standing ones, but I've seen people get some nasty back cuts from those, so I wouldn't do those. But yeah, that's why I'm fine with not going to water parks anymore, because I literally got trapped in the damn, like, you got to think of it from my point of view, okay? Like I said, I wasn't in any real danger, but just think of it from my point of view. I'm 11 years old. I just want to go on the family tube with everybody. And then I get launched out of the tube. I'm all alone inside the water slide, inside the giant funnel. It's all dark. I'm scared. All I hear is screams of people riding the waves. Or not the waves, the water slide. And there's, like, water all over. I was freaked out, dude. But the guy came to my rescue. I was okay. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I answer the positive comments. If you leave a comment, I'll answer those, as long as they're positive. And if you ever need anything, my Instagram, same name as my YouTube. You can DM me there. It's also linked in my YouTube, like, channel info. Go in there, DM me. I'll get back to you. You're not alone. But thanks for watching. Be safe, and peace out.